Thank you. Thanks for having me. And thank you all for coming to our inaugural meeting. So, want to start off with, let me fix this. I'm not sure why it did that. Do I have to drag it over? Let me grab my mouse. Came up with a second monitor. I just want a mirror. So I'm running Linux, which doesn't play well sometimes with Macs and everybody else. Yeah. So we'll go with this here in a minute, and I'll explain what it is. But my name's Rob Martin. I moved to Wichita from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last September, the beginning of September, so less than a year here. I am a project management professional, and my background is doing large-scale industrial solar and energy type of construction. So Pittsburgh was home to Westinghouse Electric that was building nuclear power plants. So I did that for about 15 years in what they called the new nuclear renaissance until they went bankrupt from that because it cost billions of dollars to build nuclear. So, and now I'm here. So happy to be here and happy to find all of you and find this community. It's a passion of mine. I'm a computer engineer by schooling and by hobbies and everything else I do. So I get a lot of fulfillment out of meeting in groups like this and going through what I've found and hearing what others have found. And what Scott's done has been phenomenal, and the other super users has been great. But what's really important out of this group is what are you guys looking for out of this group? So just kind of go around. If somebody wants to volunteer, what brought you here tonight? What did you see or see in the meetup that say, hey, I want to come out tonight? I'll call on you.
Well, I showed up for the super users one earlier, and
all right.
I was like, I might as well stay. I'm sure I'll learn something.
Well, hopefully I don't disappoint you. So at least Scott warmed you up, so you got a lot out of that. Good. Anybody else want to share?
I was a part of the data professionals group.
Okay.
That David used to lead. That kind of got fed into this.
Great.
And I, am involved with AI at my employer. I work at Friends University.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Anybody else?
I received the email because I did a small course last year, David, and I received an email. And I know that AI is moving at super fast speed, so I just want to know where I'm at. I'm an accountant, and there's a lot of restrictions that I just want to know how I can use it without giving it too much and not, how do I say, because there's laws and regulations
Yes.
where I can,
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
How do I use it without giving it too much?
Great. Well, one of the things I want to go through tonight is just some ways you can use it in your personal use and how you can go through some things to kind of get your feet wet and learn a little bit more about some of the different agents and how they interact. I had planned to do a demo, and then there's a podcast, the AI Daily Brief. If you are familiar with that and listen to that, I encourage you to keep doing that. And if you haven't, write that down and grab that. They go over daily kind of the top headlines in AI, but then they'll dig into different topics at different levels. And last weekend, they brought out what they call the Summer Adventure. And I want to go over that with you guys and kind of explain what that is. But it is a great platform to kind of get your feet wet, to learn about some different ways that you can use the AI tools. And I think it's a great primer for the courses that David has announced for this fall. So you can kind of get a little more hands-on at home and figure that out. But it's summeradventure.ai, and let me see if I can drive this from the side over here so you can see it in the command line up there. And it will come up and it will ask you to sign up. And they're not affiliated with anything. They're not going to sell you anything. They don't really spam email. I don't think I've gotten any emails from them. But really what their goal here is to figure out whatever level you're at, basically give you some labs and exercises that you can go through with all the various agents, whether you have the free plan or the pro plan or the super user plan, and walk through. And I'm going to take you through this platform, show you these, show you what's out there, and then I'm going to bring up the one on voice, because I think that's a really interesting area also if you're just getting into AI. The ability for AI to really interact with you with voice has gotten so much better. And really, you can talk to it, you can have brainstorming sessions, you can challenge it with your voice and do it while you're walking, while you're in the car. Just really expand that out and you don't have to type. It's just such a natural, more conversation than typing. And it really expands your usage there. So we'll go through one of those exercises and just kind of show you what it has and what it is. I can't run it on my Linux laptop, unfortunately. They don't seem to have the voice interface there. But I'll try to pull it up on the phone and hopefully you guys can all hear that then. So the summer adventure really brings you in, and let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, maybe make this a little larger. Can you guys see that all right at your desks? Oh, good, all right. I'm just the one that can't see it this far away. But they've kind of done it in a passport-themed travel, build your own adventure type of a application. It's all AI built and pretty interesting way to use AI to build tutorials and go through things. They are focused on, once you get logged in, it's going to basically tell you how it works, right? There's a core task. You pick your level, whether it's beginner, intermediate, or advanced. You stamp your passport when you finish it, and then you send a postcard, a line or two of what you've done, and you get your passport stamped and you can move on. So let's go down here to next. So there's 3 steps, right? You pick a destination. We'll show you the map. They have different stamps that are different levels, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. So you can pick at whatever level you feel you're at or whatever topic you choose that you want to do. You do the lab and then you get it stamped. As you get the different stamps, you move up in progression. So it kind of makes it gamified. I did do 2 of these already and I found it was quite entertaining. So it's definitely a different approach. And then they are updating it. Just another one's coming out tomorrow, so there will be more destinations, more things going, and they have put a commitment out to continue to build this out. So let me show you what this looks like. So here's the 3 levels, right? So you can do a quick trip, and that's really designed to use the AI that you already have. That's where the voice one we're going to go over comes from. It also shows you how to build your persona in there and tell it about yourself so that things that you're looking to do or currently involved with, it knows about already and will suggest things to you. You can build something real that outlasts the sessions. So, if you want to code something, build a web page, build a presentation, there's some things on that. And then change how you work with AI, right? So you may be doing chat now. You may want to get into codecs or co-work or some of the other features. And once again, the voice. That's one of the pieces that's in there. And then they have the traveler's ladder down there. Okay, so the quick trip. Any questions so far? All right. So one that I had started out with that I liked was Know Your Ride. And I'll pop into that real quick and show you what that was about. So basically, they went through the different models, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and tried to tell you, open this, and then they gave you a prompt to start with. And it was a really unique prompt. This goes back to what I was saying earlier about questioning AI. This is even going deeper. This is basically asking AI to tell you about the product. What can you do? And to start that conversation around AI showing you its capabilities. So this is a pretty in-depth prompt, pre-done for you. And it actually prompts it there, that last two paragraphs, is to make some mini exercises and have AI take you through the exercises. So very low effort on your part. You're copying this prompt, putting it into whatever client you want, whatever model, and having it train you. I think it took me 10 minutes to get it up and running, and then about an hour and a half of me playing with it. It was pretty addictive because it was coming back and saying, try this. And that's really where I got started on the whole voice thing. It really prompted towards me what it knew about me and said, ChatGPT has a new voice interface. Have you tried that? Have you done this, Rob? And I'm like, no, and it was pretty spot on for me. The one thing I will caution you about is most of these models, they want to please you, right? They're going to be very friendly. They're going to be very complimentary. Challenge them back, right? Don't let them build you up, whatever. You can also tell it, stop doing that, to tell it about yourself. Keep it professional. Keep it, focused on what you're trying to get out of it, and don't let it steer you some other way or kind of influence you a little bit, because they will try to do that. They are kind of built that way. So what did I write down here? I used Claude Code. That was our co-work on this one the first time. And what I learned on it was a Gmail connector. So it took me in, it connected up to my Gmail and found my emails and sorted through them. But it also recognized I had two accounts, but it couldn't connect to both of them at the same time. So I would have to designate and switch between them. One, I didn't know that it could really do that. And two, it was forthcoming and saying, I can only read one of those at a time. So which one do you want me to read? All right, let's, anything else on that one? All right, let's jump into the voice one. Talk the talk down here. And I've not completed this one yet. It's on my to-do for this week. It's for the beginner and the intermediates. And what it's challenging you to do is do it both ways. Do it by voice and do it by typing. And see how it works. Some great hints here to figure out how do you want to talk. You have several different ways to do it. There's third-party tools to do that. There are built-in dictation. And then the last one there is the full voice mode. So have any of you tried full voice mode yet on ChatGPT? Yeah. So I'm going to try to pull it up and see how this works, voice-wise on my phone. I am running the Pro plan on ChatGPT, but I think it's the same on the free. There it goes. So let's see how loud I can make it.
Sure. Take a pass, see where it starts to feel like it's...
Stop. I don't want to hear that.
And tell me you... Okay, I'll keep quiet. Run your test and jump back in when you want me.
So that's one of the new features, is it will allow you to interrupt it. In the past, it wouldn't let you do that. And it will pause. And in this case, it's paused and waiting for me to tell it I want to come back. ChatGPT, are you there?
Right here. Say the word and I'll jump in.
Excellent. ChatGPT, can you tell me what I can do in Wichita this weekend for under $100?
Checking now. All right, so for under 100 in Wichita this weekend, you could catch Fiddler on the Roof at Century 2 with tickets starting around $21, or there's free live music Friday evening at Nafsker Park. If you're curious about something different, there's a free intro to improv class Saturday morning
stop.
at the Flying Pig Improv. Pausing.
All right, so, that's something you can do in the car, something if you're doing out on a walk, something comes up. But it also opens up, personal dictation, right? You could say, hey, take a note. Or if I've got it tied to my Gmail, send me an email with these topics. So a lot of open capabilities there for you to go with and use this interface. So recommend you play around with it, try it, see how things are. Any questions? All right. Yes, back there.
Right, and the key
Stop.
one is it stays conversational.
Stop.
Pausing. Paused.
I'm just curious. One of the what is an example of a prompt you could give to the AI to stop being nice?
Sure. So let me pull it up real quick and show you. Each of the AIs have in their settings some prompts that you can give it to tell it how to interact with you. So in Claude, let me pull up Claude and show you that one. So let me see if I can drive from over here. So in Claude, they have their settings under your name. And you can tell it instructions for Claude, and you can actually go into there and tell it how you want it to interact with you. And so for mine, right, I've given it some hard rules. Never send email. Edit Notion or modify files without explicit responses from me. And that works pretty well. And then I did tell it how to push back on me, like to challenge if I give it goals that are not specific or have multiple outcomes. So in these instructions, it will use this every time. And you can put in there how you want it to interact with you and whatever wording you want. You can also tell it in the chat, add this to your settings, and it will go modify this file and put it in there for you. So you don't actually have to go edit it yourself if you don't have that. You can tell it to update that and say, in the future, do not act this way, or do not do this, whatever you found that you don't like. Any other questions? All right, so I have one other ask for you then before you leave is, if there are topics that you'd like us to cover, other presenters you'd like us to bring in, reach out. I think you can respond in the Meetup. We're going to get constant contact going. Or,
Want to present? Anybody wants to present?
yeah,
Same thing?
yeah, same thing. If you yourself would like to present, come. We can do interactive sessions. If you have an idea, we can work together with you and help you present. So this is a group that's meant for you guys to come learn, share, and get the most out of it as you can. We can only do that if you guys tell us what you want. So be open and let us know.